I don't know if I would say there's risks as far as bringing Call of Duty to the next generation. I think what it is we want to be as understanding to the fans that they're the ones having to really struggle to necessarily maybe to go through the transition. When do you buy the next generation console? You know, do you buy the next generation console? You know, they're investments for people who you know, have to make that choice to move away from everything they've had and go to something new. That's where the challenge is. And so for us, I feel like all that we need to do as developers is make that as easy for them as possible. You know, help them make that choice or help them ease through that choice. So, you know, we've introduced this idea of bringing your Call of Duty profile wherever you go. So I play on the 360, and I go over to a friend's house and he's got an Xbox One. I can play on his machine, level some more, unlock some stuff, come back to my 360, all that's there, still there. I can go back and forth every day if I wanted to. I can, you know, then one day I finally get to buy the Xbox One. And instead of having to start over, I'm where I was. I don't have to, you know, I don't have to begin again. And I hope, what we're doing is trying to make the transition as easy as possible for our players, and just being considerate of them more than anything else. You know, I think Call of Duty as a phenomenon, we're gonna, you know, continue to be dominant on current gen, and you know, I think we'll continue that trend through every generation that we are on. The new engine is across all platforms. It isn't just a new engine for next gen, it's a new engine for current gen as well. So a lot of this, of what we've talked about, especially from a gameplay standpoint, is new across every platform. The squads, character customization. Character customization is something we couldn't do on current gen without a new engine. The way our memory was handled, the way the game engine handled what's happening in the world just wasn't ready for character customization, so it had to be rebuilt. So a lot of the features we're talking about are available on current gen. The big difference is obviously graphics. And there are things that the next gen engines graphically will be able to do that the current gen engines just cannot do, and the current gen platforms cannot do. Things like the sub-D and the displacement mapping and the real-time lighting. There's other parts of it though. We had this interesting philosophy, I think, when we went into this, is we started creating a new audio engine for Call of Duty Ghosts for next gen. And we went in and we really ripped out a lot of the old systems and rebuilt them and created new ones. We put in an ADSR-based reverb system, which models in real time the environment you're in. So, you know, depending on the material of the walls and depending on the size of the space, you'll actually alter the way the sound appears to the player. This all happens in real time. That's something that we put into the next-gen engine with the idea that, okay, let's get it working there, and let's see if we can also get it into current gen. Because for us, it was important that we didn't sandbag features for next gen and not have them in current gen. So very happy that in the end, we were able to get that same system working on current gen as well. So current gen will have all of the audio features that we've added included on the current gen systems. Next gen then becomes really a graphical, it's the graphical difference that you're going to notice. It's that you know, the texture resolution is significantly higher, polygon count is way higher, and the game is just going to look stunning on next gen. So what we did is with Ghosts is we wanted to bring a lot of the sort of cinematic moments of single player into multiplayer, but we also wanted to create fun new ways to engage the player with the map as part of their strategy for gameplay. So that means a lot of things, actually. It's a very broad statement, but what we've done is every map's a bit different. Some maps have a bunch of little things. Some maps have big things, and it literally ranges all over the place. Like you saw in the trailer, you can blow up the gas station, and the whole roof part will fall over. You can blow holes in walls in certain places. You can. There's actually on that map, on certain modes, there's care packages hidden in the map. Then there are other maps that have actually have player-triggered kill streaks that will dramatically change the map. Basically, what looks like a whole new map. You would have had routes that have changed, and obviously visuals would be dramatically different. And we have another new type of dynamic map event that is based on more environmental. So we have a map, for instance, that shakes and moves as you're playing on it. And what will happen is cover will fall over, or new cover will fall in place, and the routes will change a little bit, and it really adds to the sort of franticness of the map. Bringing female characters into Call of Duty Ghosts wasn't something that was limited by generation. It was limited by the engine itself. So it wasn't until we rewrote the way character memory is handled that we could do creative soldiers, where we could do customized characters, that the possibility of having female soldiers really came to fruition. Basically we could have put some female soldiers in, but the way the system worked before is there was a limited squad, and remember you were just sort of randomly picked which character model you're using, so I might be a woman sometimes and not other times. So it didn't really make sense until we created character customization. And then, and honestly, adding women, female soldiers to character customization wasn't about trying to lure more people into the game. It was actually just about acknowledging the people who already play our game. There's a huge portion of our fans that are female gamers, and it felt like we wanted to be as inclusive as possible when we were developing character customization, and adding gender was an obvious choice. So it was less about trying to get more people and more about appreciating the people we already had. Games are becoming bigger and bigger beasts to handle. And I say beasts very specifically because from a dev's perspective, the work is becoming a greater challenge. And so one of the things we've done in development is wanting to maintain the culture that we've had over the years. We still need to do something in order to get games done in the amount of time that we have. So that's where we've reached out to other studios like Neversoft and Raven in this particular case to sort of help with development. And so while IW is leading the development, we are handing off tasks to other studios to work on it. And the cool thing is we make it very collaborative so that they get to be very passionate about what they're working on, and not just an outsource. So, and that's part of what IW's culture has always been, is about passion about what we're doing and about loving the game that we're making. And so we've had, I feel, a lot of success in instilling that and having that same passion throughout all the studios that are helping us. So with Sledgehammer on Modern Warfare 3, or Raven and Neversoft on this game, as a team, we all are keeping our own cultures, yet all are unified on our passion for what we're working on.